Welcome back from lunch, everyone. I hope you enjoyed lunch, made some new connections, and had a chance to explore the incredible posters and partner displays around the room. To kick off our afternoon, I'm delighted to introduce a highly respected leader from the University of Michigan College of Engineering, Mingyan Liu. Mingyan Liu is an Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and the Alice L. Hunt Collegiate Professor of Engineering. She's also a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, where her research has helped shape how we think about large-scale networked systems. Her work spans optimal resource allocation, game theory, incentive design, sequential decision-making, and cyber risk quantification, tools that are increasingly vital as we design and secure the complex mobility systems of the future. Professor Liu is a fellow of IEEE, and her many honors recognize her excellence in both research, education, and service to her profession. Please join me in welcoming Mingyan Liu to the stage.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here. This is a fantastic venue. Feels more like an awards show. I'm here on behalf of the College of Engineering. Dean Tolley sends her regrets. She couldn't be here in person to witness this. But this is an exciting symposium as we kick off this EV Center. I'm here to give an overview of the College of Engineering. I needed this. So let me start by saying a few words of the University of Michigan for those of you who are not following closely as to where we are. One of the things we're very proud of this university is that I think we're probably one of the only ones who can claim that across the entire campus, we have more than 110 graduate programs that are ranked top 10 nationally. And that is a very major accomplishment. It shows both the depth and the breadth of what we do on this campus. As of last fiscal year, the university's research expenditure topped $2 billion, and we're doing everything we can to continue on that trajectory the next fiscal year. I think that is part of the reason why Dean Tolley couldn't be here with us today. Leadership are making more frequent trips to DC as we speak. To make sure that we get to continue to do the things we love as we are doing here today. The volume of research awards over the past year, and one of the things we're also particularly proud here in the College of Engineering is the amount of intellectual property we generate. Across the entire campus, that was 615. Of course, a big share goes to the medical school, but second to that, College of Engineering is very much on top, at the top. And it also shows the number of startups that were kicked off in the last fiscal year. Here are some numbers more specific to the College of Engineering. I'm not going to go through all of these. Suffice to say, we have more than 12,000 students, graduate and undergraduate combined. We have very highly ranked programs, undergraduate college-wide number 4, graduate number 9. These were numbers from last fiscal year. This year's number is still under embargo. One other thing is two more things I'll mention is we have close to 100,000 living alumni, and that's another thing we're extremely proud of. And we want to remind everybody about the extraordinarily large community that we have helped build. Our research expenditure over the last year was close to $350 million, and the budget of the college is close to twice of that. If you look at our individual departments, this was the US News World Report ranking from last year. As you can see, all our programs, graduate and undergraduate, are top 10. This year's numbers will soon to be made public, and there are some ups and downs, slightly more up than down, I'm glad to say, in terms of our individual units. If you look at our most recent enrollment number, you can see the trajectory over the past 5 years. In the most recent year, we have received over 26,000 applications, about 13% selectivity, and I think that is amongst the highest, most selective, or the lowest percentage across the university campus. If you look at the incoming class, this again shows you the quality of the students we admit. If you look at the median ACT, SAT, and GRE scores across the college. And one other thing I want to point out is of our undergraduate freshman population, the most recent class, 53% are from within the state of Michigan. So we are serving the state. A few more numbers on the graduate as well as undergraduate demographics. You can see we have been holding steady in terms of the number of women enrolled at different levels. And you can also see the international students takes up a large fraction of our graduate population. And that is something that we continue to want to push down, meaning that we'd like to enroll more domestic students to fill our master's and PhD classes. Overall, this is the university enrollment trends. It is steadily increasing, but not on the fast clip. One of the reasons is our enrollment is ultimately capped by first-year housing. And as some of you may have heard, the university just actually all but completed a new major freshman housing building complex on Central Campus. So that would allow us to university-wide, but also College of Engineering as of 2026, fall of 26, to actually see a likely substantial increase in our enrollment. On top of this, you can see the fraction of the college's enrollment. That's quite substantial. As a matter of fact, we are by far one of the 2 largest units on campus, second only to LSNA. In terms of total student enrollment across the 19 schools and colleges. Let me end this portion by just highlighting where our students go after they graduate. So this is a breakdown in terms of undergraduate, master's, and doctoral students. The vast majority of them are employed or pursuing continuing education. Very small percentage continue to seek employment. If you look at the most significant employer of our students after they leave, by far the largest single employer is Amazon for the College of Engineering. And on the left-hand side, you see a collection of major employers. On the right-hand side, you see where they go geographically. As expected, large fraction goes to California. But we are also happy to see close to 30% remain in Michigan. That's yet another number we'd like to see increase. I can tell you from personal experience, even for students who come from overseas, from out of state, by the time they finish their education here, most of them will have grown extremely fond of Ann Arbor and the state of Michigan. And I've personally heard many stories, their own accounts about how they would really love to stay and work and live in this place had there been employment opportunities. So that's something I would like for everybody to be aware of and work with us sometimes there is a disconnect between what students consider to be viable employment versus the existence of viable employment opportunities. And we continue to try to do a good job in educating our students about these opportunities. And so please work with us. We'd love to keep more of our students in Ann Arbor in the state of Michigan. So this is where they go after they graduate. Before they do that, most of our students participate in one or more of our experiential learning opportunities. We pride ourselves in providing probably one of the most vibrant array of experiential learning opportunities for our students. You can see these numbers, more than 14,000 student organization participants, and 94% of seniors will have graduated having had some of these experiences. One of the best known student activity groups is probably our solar car team. Some of our faculty coaches are here in the audience, routinely bringing home the top prize. Lesser known is that's not nearly the only one we have. And this is only a very small sample of them. We have a highly placed Mars rover team, robotic vehicles, concrete canoe racing, and electric car racing, and on and on. Switching gear to total research expenditure, as I showed in the first two slides, this is the trajectory have been on. As you can see, over the last 2-3 years, we have had significant increase in research expenditure. More than 12% since 2023. And if you look at the breakdown of where our research funding are coming from, the lion's share goes to DoD, as well as state and local government. And that is evidenced by the amount of support behind this EV center. We couldn't do this without the generous support from the state of Michigan. NSF is another large share, followed by DOE. The arrows show up or down, increase versus decrease. This is 24 versus 23, as you probably all are aware. As we speak, we face significant uncertainty in terms of where these arrows may go over the next year. I would just say, up and down the university apparatus, we want to send a message to our faculty as well as our industry collaborators to work even harder to push the frontier of science and technology, so that we do not let potentially short-term or even if intermediate-term uncertainties we want to limit the negative impact the funding may have on our research enterprise. I'm going to end this short overview presentation on this grand scheme of mobility at Michigan. Some of you may be aware that over the years, the university has supported, and these continue to be active research entities on various fronts related to mobility. We have the Transportation Research Institute, UMTRI. We have the newly established EV Center that's hosting the symposium today. We have the long-standing Automotive Research Center, ARC, as well as Lay Auto Lab. So all these research entities traditionally have been focusing on specific aspects of transportation, of automobile, of urban planning, as related to mobility. It is very much part of our vision here at the College of Engineering to see a grand convergence of all things mobility related, to activate and facilitate greater crossing over collaboration among these entities. And we very much see the EV Center as a step, a very significant one in that direction. It is also the intention behind co-locating, as you probably all know, where the physical location of the EV center is going to be. We are co-locating that with Tree as well as M-City. So with that, I am going to end this overview. Thank you for your attention.